Morning everybody. So what I'm showing you here is a Marloco, 4-ton press, and we've used this for years and years and years. It's been a good old press, but we've now got a bigger hydraulic press, so I'm just tidying this up so we can sell it. So one of the things you'll notice here is we've actually got two pinions, a high speed and a low speed, or a highly geared and a low geared. We do have the base plate that sits here with all of the cutouts. There's the arbor that goes on there, and I've just got the handles a little bit further down. I'm just cleaning those up now. I'm putting a bit of paint on them. So this will be coming up for sale very soon. Believe it or not, right, I was shocked. You can still buy this exact same press, yeah? But this one would cost you £4,000 new. And when I looked on Fleabay, they are selling for £1,000 second-hand in good condition. And this is in good condition. I mean, a little bit of surface rust, but, you know, apart from that, mechanically, it works beautifully. So, yeah, it'll be going up for sale, but don't worry. It won't be £1,000 worth of press on eBay from me. So, yeah, but we'll get set up and you'll see me put this back together very shortly. So, we're just heading off out to the truck. What have we got in the back of the truck, Mark? I hear you ask. Let me show you. So what we've got in here is some big sheets of perspex. And the reason we've got these big sheets of perspex is we're going to use them to glaze the greenhouse. So let's get this unloaded. So here we go. We're just had a bit of a wipe down. There's one piece. There's the other. Got some small offcuts as well. So these were screens used for COVID, obviously for isolation purposes. It's quite thick perspex, that. I'm guessing it's actually a lot thicker than I need. It might be a problem, but I'll try it anyway. It's probably about 7mm, 8mm, but it'll be strong, a lot stronger than the glass in the greenhouse. So we'll get this measured up, get the jigsaw out, another trestle, and get this stuff cut. Just a quick shot of the handles there. Just all sprayed up, letting that dry off. Might take a while. It's a bit chilly in here today. Not too bad, but a little bit chilly. But yeah, looking good in satin black. Okay, so our measurements. Let me get my pad. Our measurements are 980 by 615. Now obviously, I know this was free, scrap bin perspex, but I don't want to waste it, so I'm wondering to make the best use of it. Yeah, it's just over 100 long, so we'll use the length to width, and then that means we get to keep that lovely piece. Okay, so 980. Actually, there's a mark, would you believe, virtually on 980. How freaky is that? We'll put another one there. And what am I doing, Mark? That's 880. What a plonker. Right, so 980 is there. 980 is there. So now we need to be 615. There. 615 there. So measure twice. 615. 615. 980. 980. Yeah, we should be good. Get that line in. And get that line in. Where's my pen top? So, weapon of choice to cut this is going to be the 110 volt jigsaw, and as a lubricant, I don't know, I might use WD-40, but I might see how we go with water. I don't think it needs to be anything too trick on this. So let's get set up. Power. So I think I'm going to cut the end first and see how that blade goes. I'm a little bit concerned, it's quite a heavy blade and it might be a little bit too aggressive, but let's just see how we get on. Probably be okay. Right. Wow, that cuts well. Okay. Let's reposition you. Just in case all you saw was my ass, which, fair enough, probably good, but not what you tune in for. Okay, next cut. Right, so there you go. Let's make this a bit more. Panel is in. So we've just got a few more bits to do. 2 bits of door glass, and then glaze this, and this corner needs glazing as well. So yeah, got a lot to do. Right, crack on. I thought I'd just get the handles in and have a look. Maybe not everybody's choice is satin black paint, but it just neatens everything up. And it does actually go quite well with this beautiful dark green paint. Really like this colour. You know, this press, I'm almost sort of sorry to see it go, because it's just lovely to have equipment that was made so nicely. You know, everything about it is proper engineering, as you would expect. But at the end of the day, I've had my use out of it. It's time for someone else who's going to be just as happy and just as much pleased to use it, hopefully. Recognise it for its worth and all that. There. Looking good. Looking good. What do you think? Let's get the crown cover on. I can't really find you a better place to be, and it's not in the best location. Yeah, a bit of a skyward shot for you there, folks. So I have the cover. Don't appear to have the screws. Typical Mark. Okay, so I've made a real stupid error here. I've lost the screws that go in here and here, 2 of them. So they hold on this disc, just tidies everything up. Now, obviously I did try a metric, and yeah, metric didn't fit. So when it comes around to it, these are a 2BA thread. Luckily enough, I've got a set of taps, so I've checked it. Definitely 2BA. So I've had to order some screws, so we won't get it complete until later on. Well, you might not know what I'm showing you here. No, not the big beam or the ivy or the scrap metal pile. No, more to the point, I did have sat there TD200 engine, 2 transfer boxes, and a gearbox. And a good friend of mine has come down and bought them today. So the nice thing is we've got a bit more money to help finance my other little projects. My Mazda. There's my nemesis. Yes, it won't be long before you're back in the barn. But let's go see what we're doing for the rest of today. So as you know, we like a good project. So what I'm showing you here is 3 8-foot scaffold planks, 1 5-foot scaffold plank, and yet another 5-foot scaffold plank. So for those who remember, I built a set of shelves out of scaffolding, all welded together, and scaffold planks. I wanted something really, really heavy for my record collection. You know, those vinyl LPs, they weigh a bit. And I also have some shelving, just normal shelving, that I use for tapes, cassette tapes and CDs. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these old boards with a little bit of stress and life on them. I am using a heavy grade sander and sanding across the grain, which you would not normally do. And then I'm knocking this back with a small hand sander. And the effect that gives me is it gives me stressed timber, so it looks like it's had a life and it's a bit worn, but because of the cross hatching, which unfortunately you can't see, I think you can even see if I zoom right in, it kind of gives it a sawn effect. So not rough to the touch, you maybe see a bit of the grain in there where the sander has gone across. So it looks like it's been hand milled, basically. So I've got to clean all that lot up with the sander, and then you'll be joining me and we'll be making our new shelves. So I've just cut one of the shelves. I'm putting a bit of an angle on them so they don't catch with the door. But now I need some blocks. So what I'm going to do is square this up. So we're going to go with 89. 89. Straight edge across this. So a friend of mine has very kindly loaned me his circular saw. So I've used this a couple of times. This is a Makita product. You know I like Makita. No, I'm not sponsored by them. DHS 660, it's 165mm blade, 500 RPM. And to be honest, it really is a nice bit of kit. It's as simple as that. I like this saw. So one of the things I'm finding now, I'm hoping I can focus on it, is this is kind of fluffing up as I'm sanding it. And the reason that is this is absolutely damp through. So where I've had the scaffold boards stacked, you know, two against each other, they're not drying out properly, and that's causing me some problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough up the other two 8-footers, and then I'm going to leave them to dry out before I put a final sand over them. This comes off fairly easy, but not when the wood's very soft and pliable and damp. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can really do, is just do the rough work, which won't take too long, and then call it a day.